How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. It helps out, means a ton. You guys get plenty of fun stuff, not just Jujutsu Kaisen. We cover plenty of manga on the channel, so stick around, check it out, see if anything else catches your interest. Anyway, yeah, we gotta talk about Masamichi Yaga finally. By the way, I should say this more often, but spoilers for any anime onlys. Yeah, you probably don't want to watch this video, so I'll give you a little bit of time to click off, and there we go. Okay, so yeah, this is, I guess, gonna be my take on a character analysis. I guess that's how you would describe this video, but that's not something I typically do very often, or ever yet. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna run with it, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. So let's get into it. Masamichi Yaga is definitely a character that didn't do as much in this series as I thought he was going to. I believe most people think that same way. And I would understand if some people feel like he was somewhat of a wasted character, but I do honestly feel like he really shows you how good Akutami is at character writing, considering he is so well written and so well done, and we actually have a decent bit of insight into the character itself, even though he did very little. So to have it be this good with this little content, that just shows you how amazing Akutami is at this. So getting into it to actually talk about Masamichi Yaga himself, I actually want to really quick touch on Gojo. So we know Gojo has a dream. He stated this back in chapter 11, I believe, and he wants to reset this crappy Jujutsu world. Now, he could easily do this by killing all of the higher-ups, but that wouldn't really work out in his favor in the end, especially considering the fact that people don't really like massacres. So instead, he turned to education. That's why Gojo is a sensei. Now, remember, Yaga was Gojo's sensei. I believe some of these thoughts have been adopted by Gojo from his time under Yaga. I think it's safe to say that Yaga doesn't necessarily agree with the higher-ups very often, somewhat like Gojo, because, well, let's just look at a couple of the people that he has accepted into his branch of Jujutsu High. You have Yuji Itadori, somebody who is set to be executed by the higher-ups, somebody just like Yuji set for execution in Yuta Okkotsu, and we have Maki Zenin, somebody who's basically an outcast from the Zenin clan and basically hated by the Zenin clan, who, well, let's just remember, is one of the three big families of the Jujutsu world, probably kind of tend to side on the higher up side. So we already have three examples of him accepting people who were not exactly favored by higher ups in the Jujutsu society. Safe to say, he doesn't necessarily think the way they do. However, this goes a little bit deeper than just thinking the same way that Gojo does, or at least in a similar way. He is in the same exact seat as Gojo. If Yaga truly wanted to, he could just go and massacre all of the higher-ups. Of course, Yaga would have to go about it differently than Gojo would. Gojo could walk out of his front door any day of the week, any time of the year, pretty much almost any year of his life, and just stroll over to the higher-ups and massacre all of them. Yaga would have to do it a little differently because, well, he would have to create an army to do it. But after chapter 147, we know he had the capability to do that. He could have had an army of pandas at his control, yet he didn't do that. He turned to education, to educate the newer generations, to have more people think the way he does, to think more progressively rather than just so stuck in the mud like most of the higher-ups think. And we can learn a lot about Masamichi Yaga from his usage of this technique, creating self-sustaining cursed corpses, because we know he can create an army, but he can do something much better with it. And we also saw this back in chapter 147, when we saw Kusakabe and his sister, who had apparently lost her son, also losing her will to, well, live. And Masamichi Yaga was able to use this technique to bring at least a semblance of her son back to life. And seeing this independent cursed corpse mimic her son, do the exact same thing her son used to do, having the same mannerisms, saying the same things, that was enough to bring this woman back to life, back from the brink of death. And we even saw multiple other cursed corpses just like this one and just like Panda. Well, much smaller than Panda, just like this one was, but that even goes to show you that Masamichi Yaga tried to stay as far away from this mass killing machine army that he could create, like the higher-ups thought he would or could create. Because when given the ability to create an army, Masamichi Yaga decided to heal a broken heart and mend fractured families, because that's the type of person he was. But after all of this, we can't talk about Yaga without talking about Panda as well. Going back once again to chapter 147, a huge chapter for the both of them, but especially Yaga himself. It took me a while to really understand this and really get this. I didn't even really fully comprehend exactly what Akutami was trying to tell me in that chapter when I was reading it, but Panda is Masamichi Yaga's son. Masamichi Yaga doesn't just call him that. Masamichi Yaga calls Panda his son, but none of these other cursed corpses. They are the children of other people. Just like Masamichi Yaga used Kusakabe's sister's son's body's information to copy the soul to create the cursed corpse, he used the information from his son's body to copy his son's soul to create Panda. Panda truly is, was, and always will be the son of Masamichi Yaga. And this honestly makes going back to chapter 147 even sadder than it was first reading it for me, because like I said, I didn't fully grasp that when I was first reading it. So at the end of the day, I think it's very safe to say that Masamichi Yaga was not only a kind and caring mentor, a man of great compassion, a great man, but more importantly, a great father. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It's different from what I normally do, but like I said, I had to talk about Yaga. He is so phenomenal. He is such an incredible person and a great man and an astounding, phenomenally done character, even with the severe lack of content we have on him. So yeah, I had to talk about this. I had to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed. And like I said, stick around, check it out, see if anything else catches your interest. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time. I'm out.